Roman Reigns has taken a bad rap because he is the guy that the people know that he was the guy that was handpicked by the evil empire to be the guy. And so all of a sudden, just because he has the look and he has the ability and he has the stamina and the youth and the bloodlines and the whole nine yards to be a main event guy, that doesn't matter because the fans want to rebel because the McMahon family has been painted as the heels for so long, and there's a reason why that the promotions of wrestling down through the years, over the last 100 years, always wanted to be the baby faces, never painted themselves as heels. Because then the people go, well, why are we giving you our money, you dumb motherfuckers? So with Vince McMahon, it worked because he was one of the great performers in the history of wrestling. But after that, it doesn't work. It backfires. So Roman Reigns, unfortunately, has been a victim of that. And, I think the guy, I don't think he's the greatest wrestler that's ever lived, but I certainly don't think there's anything wrong with him. I think he's got all the tools. I think he needs a little more experience. And I think he'll be fine except for the baggage that he's carrying that's beyond his control. Once again, I'm a big Seth Rollins fan. I loved him when he was Tyler Black in Ring of Honor. And when I first saw him, I said, this guy's going to be a major, major megastar. I threw my body in front of Tyler Black, Seth Rollins signing a TNA contract. When he was leaving Ring of Honor, he called me one day, and he said, well, they've offered me this in TNA, and WWE won't call me back. I said, just delay this thing and see if you can get a call back from the other people because you don't want to be stuck in TNA because the guy in charge of it doesn't get people over, he gets people under. And fortunately, that came to pass. So all those guys now that had the talent, AJ Styles, for God's sake, I just wish it had been 5 years beforehand. His body would probably feel a lot better. But these guys that were carrying the ball in TNA, and because of Dixie Carter being so stupid, if it was raining soup, she'd be out in the yard with a fork. She was paying all these goddamn ex-WWF stars that were just taking her money and bleeding her dry for a paid vacation